Welcome to the I Triumph Real Estate Blueprint Podcast, where greatness awaits you.
So, what other diversified programs should the entrepreneur be looking into other than investing in real estate?
So the best way to answer that question is for the individual to first understand what the purpose of the money is that you are investing. Now, when I ask that question, I always get the same answer initially. I want it to grow. Well, duh, of course you
Right.
do.
Of course.
After it grows, then what?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're clear on the purpose of the money after it grows, now it starts to eliminate some of the investment opportunities that you may go into. Right. And so I would tell your listeners, let's be crystal clear. Again, the very first thing that I like to have people understand about investing is the purpose of the bucket of money in which you're investing into. It
Okay.
doesn't matter if it's a retirement account or real estate. You got to be clear on what you want this money to do.
Okay.
So just remember that you have to identify the purpose. Let me give you a couple of ideas. If you're putting money into an IRA or a 401k, or if you're a federal employee, TSP, the purpose
Mm-hmm.
of that bucket, of that tool, is to have an opportunity to grow money so you can turn it into cash flow when you retire. Because remember,
Right.
while you're working, you generate income. And then when you retire, you don't generate income anymore. Your assets produce cash flow. So if you're going to invest in real estate, why are you investing in real estate? Are you investing in real estate because you want to use those assets as a cash flow mechanism? Or are
Mm-hmm.
you investing in real estate because this is a legacy objective? You want to pass on something, to your legacy. Be clear on that, because once you are clear on that, it's going to dictate how you are to go out and acquire the properties and what kind of properties and where you're going to get them.
Right.
The other thing that I like to talk about with my real estate investors in particular is making sure that they have the cash flow. So it goes back to the savings. I don't want, let me give you an example, a story. A young lady bought a townhome. And I kind of think you might have been the agent on this, but I'll leave her nameless just in case you were. Yeah, but she bought a townhouse in Maryland, right? Starter home, her and her son. And after about 7, 8 years of being in a townhouse, she upgraded to another house. And
Mm-hmm.
she called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to keep my townhouse and use it as rental property." And I said, "Okay, let's talk about what that looks like. How much money do you have saved up?" Well, she had about 2.5 months of her expenses saved. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, I don't think that you keeping this home as a rental property is a sound financial decision. And let me tell you why. You are still going to be on the hook for the mortgage. And if your tenants, for whatever reason, can't pay the rent, and or if there is some major maintenance that you need to perform on the home, which is one of the reasons why you want to upgrade because you got tired of putting money in the house, that's coming out
Mm-hmm.
of your pocket, not theirs. And what
Yeah.
you're telling me is you don't have the cash reserves to carry that. And
Yeah.
so I suggest to my real estate investors that for every rental property they have, that they carry 6 months to a year of money for just that property.
Yeah.
So that bucket of money is for that property. 123 Main Street. I have 6 months of maintenance, taxes, and potential whatever here, expenses over here, right? In case and the mortgage as well. So you don't lose the property. You still have to have your emergency fund of 3 to 6 months over here. So you see what I mean? Each
Absolutely.
bucket has its own job, and that comes from saving. So a lot of people go, "Well, why wouldn't I invest the money? Because it'll grow faster," right? And the reality is maybe, or maybe it'll do 2022. We don't have to go back to 2008
Right.
when most of the markets went down by 22 to 26%. And
Right.
so if it goes down and you need the money, now what? So again, I think we have to slow down. Social media has, in my opinion, accelerated the mindset of the younger generations and some of the older folks to think that, oh wow, this stuff can happen like in the next month or two. And it's again, it's like the working out. It's a very consistent, very pragmatic, very intentional game, or else you can really, really get crushed.